Okay, so yeah, it's officially spooky season. Okay, y'all, so it's officially spooky season, aka Halloween. We're going into the month of October, and why not go ahead and kick off the month of October with some Halloween nail designs. So I'm just gonna be honest right here with y'all, like I suck at Halloween nail designs. Like last Halloween, I don't even know if I still have that, but if I still have that footage, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. I did like my first Halloween nail design ever, and I hated it, but I had to do it like for I think a brand reached out to me and wanted me to do it, and it took me literally all day to do that nail design. Like I don't know why, but I'm gonna attempt to do it again. I haven't done a Halloween nail design since last Halloween, which was my first time doing that. So this is literally my second time trying to attempt a Halloween nail design. We'll see how this goes. So as y'all already know, if y'all watched my last video, I told you guys that I'm gonna do the random nail challenge again, since you guys seem to love that. And we're gonna mix it up and we're gonna do random nail challenge Halloween edition. So basically I'm gonna replace all of the themes that I had from last time, and I'm gonna replace them with some Halloween themed designs. So let me just read off a couple designs. So we have blood, vampire, spiders, pumpkin, mummy theme, ghost theme, eyeball, candy corn theme, and that's just to name a few. I think I'm going to do what I did the last time, put two themes into one. So I'm going to spin the wheel twice when it comes up on theme, and we're going to merge two things into one. All right, let's not even ramble on anymore. Let's get into the video. But before we really get into it, let me go ahead and do our notification shout out. So these are the 3 people that were the first 3 people to comment on my last video. Thank you guys so much for having your post notifications turned on. And if you would like to get a shout out just like these 3 people, all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to my channel and make sure you click that notification bell. That way you're notified each and every time I post, and you can be one of the first 3 people to comment on my videos, and you will get a shout out in my very next video. All right, let's get into it. Let's do it. So if you're new to the channel, if you're new to this challenge, basically what I do is put every concept of a nail design on this wheel, and then I spin it, and whatever the wheel lands on, that's what I have to incorporate into a nail set. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, so here we go. I really do want a challenge, so I'm hoping I get something that is challenging. All right, so here we go. We have candy corn. Okay, so we got candy corn. Now let's spin it one more time. Candy corn and eyeball. How we're gonna infuse candy and an eyeball together in one? I'll find a way. We got something for that. Okay, so our 2 themes are candy corn and eyeball. All right, so let's see what we got for nail shape. Let's see. I don't want lipstick. Ooh, we was real close. We was about to hit lipstick. Okay, we got coffin, so that's good. I'm cool with that. Nail length. Let's see what length we got. Now y'all know I love good extra long or long, but I could go medium, but I really don't want short because I want enough space to be creative, to express myself. Come on. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm good with this. Extra long. We can work with this. I'm really starting to put things together in my head right now. So this might be a good set, but I don't know, because y'all already know how I am with nail designs. But we're gonna see. I don't know if I want to do colors. All right, for this challenge, we're not gonna do colors. I'm gonna do colors maybe later on to make it harder. So for this challenge, we're not gonna do colors. We're just gonna do theme, nail shape, and nail length. So we already got all of that. So our theme is gonna be eyeballs and candy corn meshed together, and then our nail shape is going to be coffin, and then our nail length is going to be extra long. So we're going to start off easy, okay? Because I'm already a little iffy with Halloween nail designs. I don't think it has anything to do with Halloween. It just has everything to do with nail designs. I'm just not comfortable with that yet. I'm good with laying acrylic. I'm good with doing nail decals. I'm good with all of that, but when it comes to actually doing the design myself, I get a little nervous. I'm gonna lie. But that's why we're gonna start off easy, and then we're gonna get hard later on in the month. So that's what we got to do, y'all. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Let's get started, because I gotta pop these bad boys off for my last video. So let's go. All right, so first things first, we gotta get these bad boys off. All right. And we're gonna let these soak in some acetone, and we're gonna take them off in 5, 4, 3. They're a little ashy and a little crusty, so y'all know what that means. We need some cuticle oil. I'm gonna use this new cuticle oil that I recently got in the mail from Madam Glam here. Yummy. So honestly, I'm just gonna like drench my whole nail in cuticle oil and just rub it right on in. Oh, these things real oily. So off camera, I went on and put 2 coats of top gel coat. This one from Beetles. I got this from Amazon. You can put 3 coats if you really want them to be easy to pop off. But sometimes when I put 3 coats, they kind of come off when I don't want them to come off, like when I'm still working on the nail. So I just put 2. So our nail shape is coffin. So I'm gonna go in with these brand new coffin tips that I just got from Amazon. Yeah, this will be my first time using them. So let's explore these together. Okay, so looking at these head on, they already look a little extra long-ish to me. That looks pretty extra long to me. But I'm going to put them on and see. And if not, then I'm just going to stack them. We're going to make them extra long. Okay. I like them. But no, these are extra long. I think for my next random nail video for next week, I'm going to add extra long. Because I've always wanted to do some extendo nails. Like have them all the way out here. Yeah. But they're very C-curved. Look at that. It goes a little bit off of my natural nail, just a little sliver. I hate when I do that. Okay, I redeemed myself. We got it. This side is good. I'm not gonna worry about that side. Okay, now we got this rounded tip, and I'm not gonna cut it down. But we do need to file that straight. And then go in at the sides. I need just a little bit. You don't really need to go too much. That's pretty good. And see, what I love about nail tips like this is that you don't have to do too much shaping. Like they're already in the perfect shape that you need. Yeah, we're good. We're straight. All right. Isn't that so beautiful? Okay, I took the time to draw out my design so you guys can kind of see where my head is. But right now, this is what I think I want it to look like. So 2 eyeballs on the middle 2 fingers. And then the eyeballs are going to be dripping in blood. And then the candy corn is going to be on the pinky finger. I haven't figured out what I want on this pointer finger. I think I just want like the blood drip thing. And I'm still questioning this thumb. I think this thumb is going to be candy corn as well. So we'll see where this goes. I don't know. And since black and white is going to be the base colors, that's what we're going to start with. So we're going to lay this acrylic with this black and white from Double Dip. The black is called Black Like My Heart, and then the white is called Charlie's Angels. Gotta put a gloves on, got my mask on. Now we can pull it up. And this monomer is from Mia's Secret on Amazon. Oh gosh, I gotta let this soak. Crap. This is what happens when you don't clean your brush properly. I guess this will be the perfect time to show you guys how I clean my brush. Let's do it. Okay, so this is gonna be quick. We're gonna start with the empty bottle. I got this bottle from the dollar store. Oh, it's not so empty. Ew, why does it, what was in here? Okay, I think I had water in there, but okay, so got your bottle. We're gonna take some monomer, pour it in here. A little bit of monomer, that should be enough. And then I mixed it in with a bit of acetone, and that's like my little mixture. And then I take my brush and I let it soak in there for a little while. I like to fan it out in there too. And then just let it soak in there for a little while. And I try to put more monomer than acetone because the acetone really dries it out. Okay, so it's been sitting in here for about 20 minutes now. And I've been taking it out and scraping it like this periodically. And it looks like it's all good to go. Alright, then after I feel like I got everything out, then I'll put it in a clean thing of monomer just to restore its hydration. And then that's how the brush looks, all nice and clean. Okay, so I think I want to start with the white because the black is very pigmented. Double tap there, got a nice size bead. Ooh, that might be too big. Ooh. And then just work it on down. That was a little runny. But it's okay. Then now let's make some black. Now watch, this is gonna be a whole mess after I'm finished. This is before the black. And we got to get this tip. Acrylic. I'm just gonna put like a small hint of a bead and kind of push it up there where it's needed. I feel like my hand is in the way of that, but okay. Alright. Between white and black, I don't know which color I struggled the most with. It came out pretty good. Not too bad. Alright, let's move on. But y'all, look at this big mess. I told y'all. It's gonna be a mess with black. Black is always a hot mess. Alright, now filing. File on each side. Get that free edge together. I'm gonna have to do this off camera because this position is not working. File underneath on both sides. And then round out each side. And then last but not least, file downward in the middle. And now we buff. And now for the part that I'm most nervous about, the nail design. It shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that bad. First and foremost, I want to really try the candy corn. Now I want to do the candy corn on the pinky and the thumb. So on a candy corn, the yellow's at the bottom, the orange is in the middle, and the white is on top. So for this look, I'm going to be using gel paints from Madam Glam. So here we have some orange and then the yellow, and then we have white right here. So this will be my very first time trying to do ombre with gel. And look how that is. And to apply the colors, I'm gonna use their application brush. Okay, so first we're gonna start off with yellow. And don't forget that tip at the bottom. Now with the orange, what I'm gonna do is place it right before the yellow. I'm not really gonna mix it in with the yellow yet. And I'm just gonna leave like a tiny little gap in between and brush it all the way up. And I noticed like on a candy corn, the white is a smaller amount of white than it is any other color at the top. So we're just gonna bring the orange up a little further up. And then that little space right there will be the white. Look at that. I really hope this works out the way I think it's gonna work out in my head. Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna do the ombre down. This is my first time doing this now. And we're gonna start by going down and kind of blending in. Ooh, nice. Blending into the yellow. Now let's do the same thing up here. I cleaned my brush, by the way, in acetone. And let's just... It's not blending like I want it to. Okay, so I redid it and I did it a different way, and look at the different results that I got. So I like this way better. So I'm gonna show you guys what I did here. Again, so I'm starting off with a clean brush. Clean my brush and everything, starting fresh. I'm basically going to take the orange part and kind of like tap it into the white. So I'm going to just take the orange, go from the orange and kind of just tap up into the white. And it should create like a blur a little bit. looks 10 times better than the first time. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this because I'm satisfied with it. It looks pretty candy cornish to me. Now we can start on these 3 middle fingers. Now, I'm going to leave the eyeballs for last. I'm going to go ahead and do the blood. Now, I wanted to do blood dripping down the pointer finger. And I think I'm going to use this red. It's called Cherry Soda from Nail Addict. So I'm going to take a dotting tool and we're going to start with some like dots. Well, that shows up pretty well. And we're just going to make a straight line going up. Straight up. It's already starting to look like drips. Little drips of blood. I want to curve or fill that part out a little bit more so it actually looks like a drip. Ooh, don't want to mess it up. I think that one looks pretty good. And then this one too. And then I'm just gonna come in with this red at the top. And just fill it in as much as I can. Just a little bit. We're really gonna lean into these drips with a little. I don't like that. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay. There we go. I put a second coat off camera, but that looks promising. Not for these eyeballs. I feel like I'm gonna spend all night on these eyeballs. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna really start with a dot. And of course, I want this to be way bigger than this. So we're just gonna keep on circling. And circle it, and circle it. And I'm just gonna take this right here and kind of whip it up. Okay, so don't worry about the white marks. That is from acetone when I was trying to clean up doing the eyeball, and all the other stuff is going to come off, whatever. Y'all see this eyeball? And I winged it. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I had this picture as a reference. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to show y'all how I did that on this ring finger. This is a bad circle, but we're still going to go with it. Got my dotting tool. I'm going to start with a black circle, relatively medium size. Alright, it doesn't have to be like a perfect circle. Okay, now do not cure this. Now I'm gonna take some of this brown right here and I'm gonna dip. I cleaned off my dotting tool and I'm just gonna dip it in there and get a little bit of brown, and I'm just gonna drop that in the middle there. Okay, and then just take the lining brush and just kind of like squiggle it out. And it doesn't have to be neat. It could be all over the place. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to cure this. You're going to want to cure this for a good minute and maybe 2 minutes, because that's a lot of gel going on and you want to make sure everything is nice and cured. Okay, now we're going to go in with some black. And just do a black dot this time. And then we can cure that. And now I'm gonna take some red here, and we're just gonna go in this side of the eyeball and just make some little squigglies. And these don't have to be perfect. You can go in with your hand not steady at all. After curing, you can work on this blood. Alright, now that that's all done, let's go ahead and top this off and get this white stuff off of the nail. Oh, you're kidding. You are kidding. Oh, let me get some acetone and clean that up, because absolutely not. You're not about to ruin my little eyeball. That should do it. That should be it. That should be it right there. Okay, look at that. Look at that. So this is the candy corn eyeball theme nails results. I'm gonna give this set a 8 out of 10. I think if I could have done it over, I would have done the base of the black nail matte and then everything else shiny so it can pop a little bit more. But that's about it. I mean, the eyeballs, they're a little not symmetrical, but I mean, it works. It's Halloween. But that wraps it up for this video. You guys let me know what you rate this set down in the comments down below. Now I cannot wait for next week's video to see what we come up with. But next week we got another random nail video, and then we have another Amazon nail kit unboxing, so stay tuned for that. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye guys.